Staying with us on Point, cleanup operations are also underway in Alexandra. Our reporter Nozintombi Miya is there. A very good afternoon to you, Nozintombi. Where are you? What's happening around you?
Thank you so much, Nzinga. We are at the Alex Mall in the township of Alexandra. You'll recall over the past few days that the Pan-African Mall in Alexandra and the shopping malls around, or the little centers that are around, they have been completely decimated and looted and burnt. So there's no facilities and accesses and resources for those people living in that part of Alex. So the center manager at the Alex Mall has spoken to all the other officials to try and get the Alex Mall open. So what you're seeing behind me is queues and queues of people. I'm going to ask my camera colleague Sbu Tembe to just show you the queues of people that are walking in to the Alex Mall. So how the center manager has decided that he's going to do the operation is that he's going to split the queues in male and female parts. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk towards the center manager and he's just trying to explain to some of the people who are a little bit confused about which direction the queues are, which direction the queues are going. He's just trying to explain to them how the queue works. And this is really critical, Nzinga, because it gives the people of Alex an opportunity to get access to resources inside the queue. And we're going to speak to him now. I would like to thank you so much for speaking to me. You know, when we spoke off air, you spoke about how you had to plan the whole night last night to try and come up with a way of trying to get people into the mall in an orderly and safe manner. Just talk to us a bit more about that.
Yes, ma'am. You see, the problem is, it's two issues for me. We have to check the regulations, COVID, and then you have safety at the same time. You got tenants who are still fearful. So overnight you have to think, and you have to show courage. If we fought for the mall for over 5 hours at night, people shooting at us, exchanging shootouts, during the day, it's nothing for us. So that's why I decided I'm going to open that mall. So I had to convince my office. All I asked from them was support to say I'm going to open that mall for our people. Because now they haven't bought food for the whole day. It's painful because most people who are suffering, they didn't get involved in this. This was orchestrated from outside. People were busting with kumbis and those people, when they do looting, others they go for meal and sugar, whereas these orchestrated, they go for ATMs, safe rooms, and then you can see the distraction. Initially, the problem was the money. So I had to open the mall. So I started engaging my tenants, and then I told them I'm going to open the mall. Who decides to open, it's fine. Who doesn't, it's fine.
I would like, it's amazing that you actually managed to get this turnaround, so quickly, because you spoke quite rightly about the overnight battles that you've been having. It must have been very difficult to try and protect this mall. It's massive.
Yeah, sometimes even with my guy, that one. When we were talking, shooting, we became emotional because all we could say, tomorrow if we wake up and it's ashes, it's going to be painful. What about our community? So we told each other, it's either we lose our lives tonight or we will come back with our lives tonight. But the mall must be left standing. And we achieved that. Without more help from SABC and what, because they were here, but they can't use live ammunition. That's why these people, they disrespect them, because they know it's only rubber bullets. So we had about 18 casualties in the mall that were shot at. So we said, God is great, because us, we never lost lives. We are still intact, the mall is still intact, the community can utilize the facility in a safe environment. When we see smiles in our people getting food, medication for our elders, we can walk tall and say, Alexandra survived. Because it's not all in doom, there is hope. Imagine if it was everybody, you will see people walking to Greenstone, to that suffering. What about the grannies? Look, the grannies with the walking sticks and stuff, queues at clicks. It's painful, but here we are.
I would like you said 18 people died.
No, casualties, not fatalities. They were taken by, we call 3 people for ambulances in the first, because those were shot inside the facility. But those who left with whatever they got, that's a confirmation from the community we get that others went to hospital and what from those, because we've got people underground, even in the hostels.
Okay.
So we could get information quick to say, this is what they're doing, this is what they're threatening, this is what. So we could coordinate our system and protection of them more.
And, it's so important that you talk about, information.
Yes.
Police intelligence has been criticized for not, being used effectively. Yes. And you've managed to use the facilities and resources that you have to collect information and work with the community members to come up with such an amazing plan. And, I just want to ask my camera colleague, Sputemba, to just show us, while we're speaking with Abudlaki, the queues of people that are standing here. And the queue goes all the way around the bend. How did you come up? Why did you decide to split the queues into men and into women?
Because, to make it easy, we're targeting men, because mostly if you look at this, they were the instigators. Women just follow to pick up stuff. So these backpacks might be having guns in them. Maybe they've got a plan to hold hostage people inside. So hence we're trying to save. We're trying to even show people who are still afraid to say, this is the best we can do to make you feel safe, and do the searching of backpacks, and then make sure that at least they don't bring stuff into the mall. Even if we can win this battle, but we don't want to go there. Prevention is better than engaging in those fights and stuff.
Thank you so much, Abudlaki, the center manager here at the Alex Mall. Just to quickly try and get into the queue, just to try and speak to some of the residents here. Hi, Mama. How long have you been standing in the queue?
Sorry.
Okay, all right. Nzinga, we're going to try and come back to you. Oh, here's a lady that wants to speak. How long have you been standing in the queue, Mama?
I was standing here.
And how does that make you feel? It must be very frustrating.
Very bad. Oh, it's
so what
bad.
are you hoping to get inside here?
Nothing we can do. You just have to stay at a queue for a long time to go inside.
It must have been difficult the past few days without getting access to food.
It's bad. Nothing to say. It's very bad.
Thank you so much. Nzinga, we will be monitoring the situation. We will be speaking to some more of the residents that are queuing here. We will be going a little bit further down as the queue gets longer and longer, and we'll be keeping you updated and giving you rolling coverage of the situation here at Alex. Nzinga, it's back to you, the
Nozintombi
studio.
Miya in Alexandra. Now, the South